Okay, so now you've either opened up a new YouTube channel or you've found out your current YouTube channel, and you've also made sure that your YouTube channel is a brand channel so that moving forward, as you grow your channel, you can use it more and more as a business and have access to the business tools that are available to you as your channel grows. So in this video, we're going to be just looking at the basic YouTube settings. So I'm going to go through where you find all of the settings and also where you find access to the YouTube studio. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with you. So we're back inside my YouTube channel. Now I want to go over the basic settings first in this video. Okay, so the basic settings of your channel can be accessed by clicking this circular profile picture on the top right-hand side. And what we want to do, first of all, is obviously here you can see that this says your channel. The YouTube studio we are going to go to in a second. And if you ever have to switch accounts, so if you do have two Google accounts, if you switch accounts here, you can flick between the two accounts and also obviously then flick between the different channels. The only other place you need to know about is your settings button, which we went to just now to look at those in-depth settings for your channel. But for this, I want to first of all go to the YouTube studio. Now, inside the YouTube studio, we are going to find some different options for you. So over here on the left-hand side, we have a menu bar. Now, this I would like you to get familiar with during this week, because this is going to be like your hub of all the information that you are going to be able to access in here. So the dashboard gives you the options like you see here. It gives your latest video performance. It also gives you the published videos that you've got here. You can see your channel analytics. You have the news bit here, and they give you some ideas. So this is personalized for you. You might not see all of this information on your own one, but that's the dashboard that comes up. The next one along is called the content area. So the content area is where you find your channel content. So this is any video that you have uploaded, any video that you have done as a live stream. And if you have got community posts activated on your account, then you will see any of the posts that you have posted as well. The posts, I believe the community access may be a little bit later, like depending on the numbers of videos, the numbers of subscribers you've got. So let's concentrate on the uploads tab and the live tab. So I want to just quickly talk to you about the difference between uploads and live. So uploads are where you pre-record a video and you upload it to YouTube, okay? With that, you'll see quite a lot of information straight away. You'll be able to go through the upload process, optimizing it and doing all of the tags and keyword research and adding a thumbnail and all those sorts of things before you publish your video on your channel. With the live video, there are two ways of you utilizing this area. As you can see here, I have an upcoming live video. This is because I've scheduled this live using a third-party live streaming tool to tell my audience that I'm going to be going live on Wednesday. However, if you go live spontaneously, in other words, if you come over here on the desktop and you click create and you go live, you can then obviously just go live straight into your channel. Now, I do believe that you can go live on your desktop with any amount of numbers that you have on your YouTube. It doesn't matter. It's only going live on your mobile that you have to hit a certain number of subscribers before you can do that. Now, this might change depending on how accessible YouTube wants to make its platform. But at the moment, if you are just starting out, you can go live on your YouTube channel from your desktop using that button, or you can do it like I do it, where I use a third-party tool, which is at the moment restream.io. So if you don't know anything about how to go live on YouTube, then I will pop a link to Restream underneath this video, and you can start having a little look at how to go live using that tool to actually go live on YouTube. Otherwise, you can actually go live just straight away into the channel, but that relies on using YouTube's own like studio as such. So most people, I believe, do use a third-party tool to actually go live, but we'll go into that another day. So content is any video that you've uploaded and any live videos that you've done. Okay, so that's where you can see them. And why I'm showing you this is because here is where you can actually see the details of the video that you've uploaded. You can see the analytics of the video that you've uploaded. You can also see the comments of the video that you've uploaded. I have monetization option. You will not have that yet unless you've hit the minimum requirements for the YouTube monetization scheme. You can also have options here with these three little dots, which include editing the title and description, viewing it on YouTube, getting the shareable link, paying to promote it, downloading your video. So if you did do a video into YouTube and then you can't find it on your computer, you could actually come in here and download it back into your computer, and you can obviously delete it as well. Here it tells you the visibility status of your video. It also tells you whether you've got monetization on, whether there are any restrictions on your account, and the date that you published it, and the views that you've got from it, any comments from it at all, and the likes versus the dislikes. We don't always like that, but that's just how it works. So that's the content tab. We're going to look into how to optimize your video in another video as we move through the course. But this is what I want you to learn in week 1, what this YouTube studio is all about. The next button down is the playlists. So the playlist area is where you can group your videos into a playlist where you can encourage your viewers to consume your content all in one go. So a playlist is like a series of videos. So if you imagine your YouTube channel is the same as Netflix, and you're watching episode 1 of CSI on Netflix, then the next episode of series 1 of CSI will be in that same playlist. Series 2 will have a separate playlist on Netflix, and that will be CSI series 2, episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So do you get why playlists are so important? Because if, for instance, people come into my 60 seconds digital marketing strategies for business, they can watch one video, and what will happen is that the YouTube will automatically put up your next video for your viewers to watch. So playlists are super important in the way you can grow your channel, and we will go over playlists as we move down. Of course, you can change the playlists from public to unlisted. So if you do have private playlists that you want other people to do, you can do that. And you can also create a new playlist in this area as well. Analytics are super, super important with your channel growth. So obviously, analytics will vary depending on, number one, whether you've got a lot of subscribers. Now, I'm not talking about a lot. What I'm saying is that in order for you to get analytics on your channel, you do need to have activity going on your channel for YouTube to be able to read what activity there is going on in order to give you, excuse me, feedback on what your channel is doing. Excuse me a moment. So some of you may or may not be seeing some of the analytics available yet because you haven't got enough traction on your channel. But don't worry, if you go through all of the steps in this Get Started with YouTube, you will have a better chance of getting your video content seen by your audience more than if you were trying to do it yourself. So over here, you've got your overview of your channel. You've got your reach of your channel. So it'll tell you how much reach you've got. And this is over the last 28 days, like this is in April only. You can change this by clicking up here and going, say, the last 28, the last 90 days, the last 365. So I do it for a whole year. As you can see, I've got quite a lot of different analytics going on here. So there's lots that you can do. So you can change that depending on what you want to work on. And I would suggest that, maybe even work on the last 28 days if you're growing right now. If you want to see your growth from start to finish, then you can go to the beginning. And there's always going to be an up and down, depending on what your content is doing, depending on what your audience is doing. and depending on whether you have picked up any trending content and whether your videos are actually getting seen. So analytics, you get the overview, you get the reach, you get engagement of your channel, you get your audience of your channel, and for me, because my channel is monetized, I get my revenue as well. Underneath here, you can also, and this is quite important, and once you start to get the analytics for this, this is what will help you to grow your channel. You can see when your viewers are on YouTube, and when this will help you then to know when to post your content onto your YouTube channel so that you catch your viewers when they're on the channel the most. So some people might regularly come back at a certain time. And as you can see here, one of the reasons that I do my live video at 5 o'clock on a Wednesday is because I'm creating the routine for my viewers to come back to my channel at that time. And they are also coming back to my channel at 5 o'clock on a Friday, which is when I've been uploading my content. So I'm getting spikes where I'm most busier on my channel. I usually upload on a Monday, I do a live on a Wednesday, and I upload on a Friday. And occasionally I will pop up a short, which is my short 30-second videos over the weekend. Okay, but we'll go into that at another time. So you may or may not be seeing some of this information on your channel. So you can go through and have a little look at this and see where you're at, because sometimes you may not even know that this is available to look at, and you'll be surprised, hopefully, and you'll get some really good ideas of what's going on, which is awesome. Here you have your comments tab. So the comments tab will tell you all the comments that have happened inside of your page, and also whether people are interacting with you. I'm getting lots of comments about Facebook not behaving itself at the moment, which is quite funny. You also get the subtitles. So if you have uploaded subtitles to your content, which I do highly recommend, and I will put my hand up and say that I haven't been very good at doing this, but if you want to make your videos accessible for all, should start thinking about adding subtitles. And I will find some different places to get your subtitles from. I traditionally was using rev.com, but I've been told about a different subtitle creator recently, which is a lot cheaper than rev.com, because if you're creating content for videos and you have to keep paying to get them transcribed, it can actually start to add up to quite a lot of money. So we do need to shop around and find out for those things, but we'll cover that in the course. So underneath the subtitles, we have what's known as the copyright strike. Now, this is really, really important. Basically, what happens in here is that you need to make sure that your content is your own. And if you are sharing content from other people, that you attribute that content to the other people. If you're using music from somebody and you haven't got permission to use that music, the owner of that music can actually put a copyright appeal into your account, and it will flag up in here. So obviously it says here, please agree to the guidelines to enable access to this tool. So I'm going to just click that. And it says, can keep control of your content, blah, blah, blah. You can read that and then just click agree and continue. And it will give you some ideas. So like, nice work. I haven't got any copyright infringements on my account, but this is where you go to if there is any problems with your account. Monetization, if you hit 1,000 subscribers and have more than 4,000 watch hours in your account in 1 year, you do get offered monetization from YouTube. Now, what monetization means is that YouTube will place ads on your content, and every time somebody watches that ad or actions on that ad, you get paid money. Now, it's not like bank breaking. I have a lot of views on my channel, over 700,000, and I'm averaging, which is great, and I'm really, really grateful for it, around $150 to $250 a month of passive income. So when I call it passive income, what I mean by that is that every time an ad shows up on one of my videos and somebody watches that ad, I get paid for it. If they do something else with it, maybe they click through it or whatever, I get money, but because I've given YouTube permission to show ads on my content. And the reason that I show ads on my content is because some of my videos are watched a lot, and that revenue gets added up. You can not have ads on your content as well if you don't want to. So for instance, there are ways that you can utilize this monetization to your advantage, but we won't go into that now. That's for a bit further down the line once you've all got that to that mark. Customization. This is where we go to brand our channel, and that's what we're going to be covering over in next week's training, is actually how to brand your channel with the banner art, your profile, and also we'll look at some of the thumbnails that you can do. But just to go over, you've got your layout here. So customization means that you can actually have a trailer on your channel for people who haven't subscribed. So what that means is that you can actually have an introduction video. So that's something that perhaps we will do in this course, is actually in the background, create a channel trailer for you to introduce your channel to other people. So that's something that we will be doing throughout this course. What happens is that when somebody comes to your channel and they're not yet subscribed, they will get that video played to them. So it's a great opportunity for you to introduce what your channel is all about to those people who haven't subscribed, and invite them to subscribe to your channel right there and then, before they've even watched your content. Some people will come to your channel after they've watched a video that they've found in the YouTube arena, and that's when they will watch that channel as well. Once they've watched that video, then, and they've subscribed, they will get this video come up at the beginning of the website where they can actually watch that as well. Another thing in the layout is super important, is this controls the featured sections. Now, a lot of you probably haven't got this done, and we are going to be doing this all next week, how to optimize this area. Now, when I do this, what I want to show you is, if I go to my YouTube account, if we look over here at this layout, you can see that I have like a video for non-subscribers. I have a video for subscribers. So when somebody's subscribed to my channel, if you go to my channel now and you've not subscribed to it, you will see a video, if I've got one, which I don't actually have one because I took it down because I'm going to do a new one. So you will see a video there introducing my channel to you. Once you subscribed and you come back to my channel, you will see the featured video. And then underneath here, in these sections, you control what people see on your channel. So rather than there being just loads of videos, you can actually control it. So mine, whenever I've got a live stream planned, will always show up at the top. And what you do then is it encourages people to click that reminder so that they get notified that I'm going to go live on the Wednesday. Then I have my upload showing. Then I have my Wednesday live, and these sections are all made up of the playlists that you create, and you can dictate what people have access to on your channel first. So you want to give them the most important piece of information that you want them to watch to entice them to stay on your channel. So this is all made up, and you can have up to 10 sections all made up for you. Oh, actually 12 now. And you can actually have that. When you set it here, it will show up on the mobile as well. So it's a really good way of you encouraging people to watch your content straight away. So that's that layout setup. Then we have the branding setup, which we will also cover in a future video, where we can change our profile picture, we can change our banner image, and we can also work on this watermark at the end. So what that means is that when somebody watches your video, so let me just go to one of my videos. You see how that subscribe button comes up just there. And that basically encourages people to subscribe to my channel. So that's, we need to work on with you. If you haven't got that on there, that will help you to get them to do it. And actually, I'm going to put that to my entire video. So I want to encourage people throughout my video to subscribe to me. So that will be visible on all of my video all the way through. And I think that's highly recommended, because as you work through the video, it's always going to be there for people to subscribe. And that's a quick way of subscribing to your channel if somebody hasn't subscribed. So we'll go through that settings when we do the branding of your channel. And I'll show you how to create this watermark to put into here for you. So let me just publish that. Okay, and then the next section in here is your basic info. So this is the information that we want to go through. So this is where, when you've got a brand YouTube account, you can have your channel name. So you can change your channel name. by clicking the edit channel name option, and we will go through that as well throughout the week to work out what's the best channel name for you. Of course, you can change the channel name at any point, but you don't want to be doing it too often because you'll confuse your subscribers when they come back to your channel. We're also going to be looking at your channel description. This is super, super important because this channel description is what's seen on your channel when people go to your account. So if we go back to my main channel, when they go to the About section, this is the channel description. So if you don't have this on, now's the time to start thinking about this, because this is how you can describe your channel. So when people look at your channel and they click, oh, what's this channel about? A lot of people don't have this filled in, and you're missing an opportunity, because in here you can tell people what your channel's about. And this is also where you add your links to various different places that are on your banner. So if we go up to the banner up here, this is where we set all this up. So it's super important that you are aware of this information. So we will be going through this and how to add the channels. And as you can see, excuse me, we've got this add language option. So I will need to just have a quick look at that to see whether there's an option to add a different language to your channel. So if I click that, it will enable you to translate it for you as well. So I will look into that and see whether, for those of you who are doing bilingual channels, it might be worth you doing that on here as well. You also get your channel URL. So when you do have your custom URL activated, you can also do this here. Now, you don't usually have the opportunity to change your URL. So when you get to your URL option, it's very important that you think about what you want to call your channel. This URL doesn't affect the channel name, but it is a shortcut that you can send people to access your channel. And of course, we'll go into the links area here, why it's important to have these links here. How are you going to get leads from your channel, and how are you going to get people to action on your channel by clicking on those links that are up here. So any of the downloads, whether you want to go places like when you click on here, it takes them to my group. This is how I grow my Facebook group from people being on my YouTube channel, because I'm taking them straight from my YouTube channel into my free Facebook group, where they can learn more about me and get just as much information, if not a little bit more privacy and a little bit more opportunity to ask me questions. So that's the customization. Then we have this little unknown area called the audio library. So the audio library is a super place to get audio for your YouTube videos. So the audio library means that any audio you use on a video specifically for YouTube, you can be assured that you will not be breaching any copywriting. So here we have this one, for instance. The license is to use, like, you're free to use this audio track in any of your videos, including videos that you monetize. No attribution is required, and you can play it to listen to it. And if you want to put this onto your video, what you do is you download it and then you add it to your video that you've created, if you're editing your videos and creating them like that. So this is a little useful audio library that you may, once you start to grow your channel, you may want to make use of. You've obviously got your sound effects, so you've got different sound effects in here as well, which when you're creating a video might come in useful to create that different feeling when you're doing a video. Okay. And then, of course, you have your settings. So let's just quickly go over. We've done, from the beginning, we've done our dashboard, we've done our content, we've done our playlists, we've done our analytics, we've done our comments, our subtitles, our copyright, monetization, customization, audio library. And then the other one is the settings option. So in the settings option, you come up with this pop-up here, and you have your general settings. So this is your default units. You have your channel settings again. You've got your name, you've got your country of residence. This is where your keywords are entered for your channel. And you have your advanced settings, which means that when you set your channel up, this is super important, because There are some differences about what you're doing your content for. So most of us are creating content for adults. For those of you who are creating content just for children, it does have an impact on your audience and how much you can do with your comments. So for instance, if you have a video specifically for children, you don't necessarily have the comments activated. So I know that, say, for example, Gail is creating, well, she's doing videos that are aimed at the parents of children. So your videos aren't for the child, they're for the parents. So do you understand that? So as you can see, you have three choices. Yes, set this channel as made for kids. I always upload content that is made for children. So this is content that only children would watch. No, set this channel as not made for kids. I never upload content that's made for kids. Or I want to review this setting for every video. So if you're creating content for children, you do need to have that set, because what happens is it helps YouTube to work out whether it can monetize your account and whether it can play ads on your account. Most of us in this course are not creating content for children. We might be working with children for our business, but we're not creating content for children. And when they say children, I believe it's children under the age of 13, but we would need to look at the COPPA rules. So what content made for kids? So let's just open that up and have a quick look at it, because it's super important that you make sure. So determining if your content is made for kids. So I would definitely read this through to make sure if you are making content for children or not. And it does have a difference of what's going on. So it's under 18s. So if you're making content for under 18s, then you do need to tick that your content is made for children. If, however, you are aiming content at over 18s, then you can quite happily say that you're not making it. But I would definitely look at this link and read through this to make sure what you want to set this at. You've also got some other future settings for YouTube, which I would just ignore those if you're not doing that. Automatic captions, of course, you can have automatic captions, and occasionally it makes mistakes, so you can obviously change that. I would definitely have your display account for your subscribers showing. If you want to grow your account and you want to monetize your account in the future, you will need to show your subscribers showing. There is that, oh, well, if they don't see how many subscribers I've got, that's more likely that they're going to subscribe. I don't think so. I mean, somebody's going to subscribe to your account if they like your content, regardless of how many people you have subscribed. So don't, I would say, display it. I always have my subscribers displayed. I think it's quite nice to have it displayed. So that's all you need to look at in there. And then feature eligibility, these are things like see how to gain access to the features that you're interested in. So this means like default features, upload videos, create playlists. And if you've got a brand account, you will have access to all of these things. Okay, the upload defaults we are going to run through later as well in another video. But in here, the default description is super important when you are creating videos, because what it does is it will place that default description on every video that you do. And I will go into that in a different video. Again, we have the advanced settings. So this is where you can preset what category your video is going to go into. So how to and style, whether it's English, etc., etc. Underneath, we have the permissions. So this is if you want other people to manage your account. So if there's anybody else managing your YouTube account, you will see that in here, and you'll be able to decide whether you want to keep them there or remove them. And also, if you're getting somebody to manage your account, you can actually invite them here. And you do that by clicking invite, and you add their email address in, and you give them access. So what access do you want? Do they want to be manager, editor with limited, viewer limited? So you can decide what you want that to be. Community is something that if you have automatic filters, you can have, I have the Restream bot, because obviously when I'm using Restream to live stream, the chat bot is interacting on my behalf. So when I'm in the live streaming studio, I can write something and it will automatically show up on my YouTube channel. So that's why the Restream bot is there. When you go into this area of your account and you're If you're using Restream or you're using another live streaming tool, you may find that that's already been put into your account, and that's perfectly fine. That's what you approved when you set up that link between your YouTube account and that live streaming. This will have your approved users and anything else that you have in here as well. Defaults, it just gives you some different things. I've ticked that, so I don't want inappropriate messages showing up on my live streams. An agreement is something that I'm in the YouTube partner program because I monetize my account, so that's what you would see in there. So quite a lot of settings that you can have access to in here, but I think it's super important that you knew that the YouTube Studio was around and that you have access to all of this information. And of course, the last one is your settings tab, which will again take you, oh, I've done that one already. Okay, so that's pretty much everything that you need to learn about inside of your YouTube Studio. Another thing to remember is that you can access the YouTube Studio on your mobile phone for both Android and iPhone. So if you go to the App Store and you type in YouTube Studio, you will be able to access your YouTube Studio on your mobile or your iPad. So let me just get it up so that you know what one I'm talking about. Okay, this is the YouTube Studio. So that's the app that you want to type in. So type in YouTube Studio to your App Store or your Google Play Store, and you will get the YouTube Studio up. When you've downloaded it to your account, it will ask you to link your YouTube Studio to your YouTube account. So basically, it will ask you to sign into your Google account like we've just created. And once you've done that, you'll be able to get basic analytics on the go from your YouTube Studio. So you can actually access the basics, and inside of the app, which I will show in a different video, we'll run through those things as well. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this video. And obviously by the time you get to this point, you would have opened up a new Google account or gone into your Google account and found your channel, and also familiarized yourself with the YouTube settings so that next week, when we move on to actually branding our channel with everything that we need, you'll be in the right position to do so. Any questions whatsoever, do let me know in the comments above this video just there or in the Facebook group. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video.